Today on the Daily Scoop podcast from the Scoop News Group, 2 of the Department of Treasury's top tech officials are out, and a new Pentagon program to speed up software acquisition is launching. It's Thursday, May 1st, 2025. Welcome to the Daily Scoop podcast, where you'll hear the latest news and trends facing government leaders. I'm the host of the Daily Scoop podcast, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for joining me. Let's dive into the day's top headlines. The Treasury Department is losing 2 of its top technology officials, according to agency sources. Brian Peretti, Treasury's chief technology officer, is leaving the position and taking the federal government's early retirement option, 2 people within the agency said. Peretti has helped organize the department's planning process for information technology as CTO and also served in the role of chief artificial intelligence officer. Rick Therrien, Treasury's chief information security officer, is also retiring, the 2 agency sources told FedScoop. Therrien had served in the position since July 2024 and, before then, held a series of roles at the Internal Revenue Service. The moves come amid tensions in the Treasury Department over the influence of the Department of Government Efficiency and the departures of IT officials across the federal government. The Treasury Department has seen significant personnel turnover since the beginning of the Trump administration. In March, Jeff King was promoted to the top IT position after Tony Arcady took the fork deferred resignation offer. That month, about 50 IT executives at the IRS were cut from the agency, FedScoop reported. And in April, the chief information officer of the IRS, Rajiv Uppal, also announced he was leaving, according to an email that FedScoop obtained at the time. The influence of DOD has been particularly controversial at the Treasury Department, where young Elon Musk-affiliated staffers have sought access to powerful payment systems, often contravening traditional IT procedures. Sam Korkos, a startup founder, has been one of the key DOD affiliates brought in to advise the agency. In other news, the Department of Defense's chief information officer said this week that she's kicking off a new program that aims to overhaul cumbersome bureaucratic mechanisms and streamline its ability to rapidly approve new software capabilities for warfighters. Under the Software Fast Track, or SWIFT program, the Pentagon will use artificial intelligence to replace legacy authority to operate and risk management framework processes when buying new software. Katie Arrington, who's performing the duties of the Department of Defense CIO, signed a memo authorizing the new effort, and she said it would officially launch today, May 1st. Arrington detailed these initiatives Tuesday during a keynote at the UiPath on Tour public sector event, where she said that, quote, "We need to change our thought process because having software in an ATO that is a static environment doesn't help the warfighter." As the Pentagon becomes more dependent on software-based capabilities, leaders have looked to pivot away from traditional ATO frameworks encumbered by lengthy administrative processes and manual paperwork that can stifle modernization. Some organizations have begun exploring continuous ATO methods, which use automated monitoring and security controls to approve software without the need for reauthorization. Instead, SWIFT will do a third-party assessment of companies' cybersecurity postures based on 12 risk characteristics, according to Arrington. Vendors will also be required to provide a software bill of materials, or SBOM, from production and sandbox that's certified by a third party, Arrington said. For more news at the intersection of the federal government and technology, make sure to visit fedscoop.com. Thanks so much for tuning in to another episode of the Daily Scoop podcast, available on all podcast platforms. If you've already rated the podcast on your platform of choice, thanks so much. High ratings and good reviews of the show help more people to find it. The Daily Scoop podcast is a production of the Scoop News Group in Washington, D.C. Adam Butler and Carlin Fisher help put the show together, and the entire Scoop News Group team contributes. We'll be back tomorrow with more top headlines. Until then, I'm your host, as always, Billy Mitchell. Thanks so much for listening.